Alright. Chris is off. She's going to the doctor visit with her sister and niece. It's 5:45 in the morning. I'm on homestead duty alone this morning. Ooh. Did I finish Harry Potter? No, no. Harry Potter's a huge game. I did play for a couple hours last night. Harry Potter will be a back burner game that we play over the next few months. It's not going to be something I rush to complete. I've got a lot of other games to play, and I prioritize new releases. Which leads me into the next question, which Transcend asked, what are your immediate titles aside from this game, Hogwarts, and Dune? So next month is Dune Awakening, and then The Altars on the 13th, and then Death Stranding 2 on the 24th. I need to make my pre-order so that I actually know what day I'm starting, because I'm going to do the early access for that. Then in July, I've got Tales of the Shire at the end of July. I haven't triple checked. I need to check what else is coming out in July. Because if there's no major releases happening in July, I have two choices. One, there's a DLC dropping for Rogue Trader on the 28th of June. Which means if I wanted to, I could do a replay of Rogue Trader in July, sorry. Or I could just wait until July 15th and do the Destiny 2 DLC, because I haven't played Destiny 2 in a few years. So I don't know what I'm doing yet in July, other than Tales of the Shire, which is the end of the month. And then August, I know there's a major release happening in August. I can't remember what it is. I know there's a major release in September. I don't remember what it is. One of those is Borderlands 4. There is Ghosts of Yotai, which is October. Yeah, I'm waiting exactly, Sheldy, because the Summer Games Fest in June, we're going to get a ton of release dates. I'm waiting on the DLC for Indiana Jones The Great Circle. I was actually just looking at when is, no one knows the release date on the DLC for Indiana Jones The Great Circle, because I have the Ultimate Edition of that game. What else? Those are just the ones I know of. Exodus has been ramping up shit all summer, so Exodus may be a shadow drop at some point this summer or fall. So I have a big open window in July, August, September, October, because I only know of 3 or 4 major releases happening there. But I don't know when those games are happening yet. I'm going to go actually look at this really quick. Game releases. I can't type because my coffee cup's in the way. Alright. May, we're in May. June, we're almost to June. July. Yeah, I don't see anything in July happening that I care to play. These are the games that are listed right now. Right, Devon. I'm waiting for June because there's the big Xbox has a big game fest coming up in June, and we should get we may get some July release dates. But as of right now, it's Missile Command Delta, Patapon 1 and 2 Replay, Tony Hawk Pro Skater Pro, Eden's Zero, Donkey Kong Bonanza, The Wandering Village, Shadow Labyrinth, Killing Floor 3, Super Mario Party Jamboree for the Switch 2, Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, No Sleep for Something, Mado Monogatari, and Tales of the Shire. So I don't have anything in July that I really care about. Oh, I know what August is. August is Mafia the Old Country. Mafia the Old Country is August 8th, and then Gears of War Reloaded is August 26th. I'll definitely be doing both of those. So at the beginning of August, we'll be playing a new game, and at the end of August, we'll be playing a new game. September is Hell Is Us, so that's a must play. September, I'll be playing Hell Is Us on the 4th, and then Borderlands 4 on the 4th. So we've got 2 games happening in September. And October, the only one I know of right now is Ghosts of Yotai. So, yeah, July is the only month where I don't know a major anything major about, which would be July. Light No Fire? It'd be cool to get some sort of info on Light No Fire, yeah. Yeah, I have to make a decision. Destiny 2 or a Rogue Trader playthrough. I don't know yet. Death Stranding will be a big game, so if I'm starting that on the 24th or 28th or whatever, I'll be busy with that until, that'll probably be 2 weeks for me to do Death Stranding 2. So I'll be playing that until early July, mid-July. Yeah, no, Death Stranding 2 will definitely be a big one. That'll take me, I'm anticipating about 2 weeks. Because if it's like an 80-hour playthrough, I generally stream about 6 hours a day. That's 12 days-ish. 12 to 14 days for me to beat Death Stranding 2. I don't have any other games happening around Death Stranding 2, so I could probably up my stream times and do both streams a day, you know, have both stream sessions every day. But the thing is like Dune Awakening is a big game for me, and it's not something I'm going to be rushing, so I'm going to probably keep playing that like in the afternoons, even when I'm doing like Death Stranding and other stuff. This is a really interesting sequence because we're in like a nightmare and they've given us this weird art style. Yeah, I still have that patch 8 Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough that Oblivion Remastered ganked on me. You know what's really interesting is as I'm sitting here playing this, I'm like, is this a nightmare? Or is this just a bugged part of the game? I legit don't know. Oh, no, don't fall. There's something up here. Oh, Oblivion Remastered was totally worth it.
Long ago, there lived a maiden named Claire, fair of face.
Shit, that's
and
a boss
gentle
bomb.
of
I was
heart,
drinking coffee! I was drinking
cursed
coffee!
by her cruel sister to remain imprisoned in a high tower, forbidden to step beyond its walls or look out of the window. She spent her days weaving a tapestry of the outside world, a world she could glimpse only through the reflection in an enchanted mirror. Yet Claire dared not lift her eyes from the loom, for the curse was absolute. If she ever stopped her weaving to gaze out the window herself, the fragile thread of her life would snap. One day, the mirror revealed a grand procession on the road below. Among them rode a knight clad in gleaming silver armor, a sapphire cape following behind him. His warm eyes and copper hair struck Claire's heart with longing. Unable to resist, she rose and stepped toward the window for a glimpse of the gallant knight. The moment she moved, a terrible pain gripped her chest and the mirror shattered. Claire, knowing the curse had claimed her, fled the tower. She reached the road just as the procession passed, grasped the knight's cape, and collapsed. Sir Bors turned a sudden tug, leapt from his horse and caught her. Her breath grew faint.
What's up?
And she whispered,
Come here.
"Do not grieve, for I am glad to have seen you, my knight."
You little shit.
With those words, her spirit departed. Sir Bors wept bitterly, for never had he seen a maiden of such beauty and grace.
Did your mommy abandon
His heart
you
swelled with both joy and despair, for he knew he would never again love another as he loved the fair and cursed maiden, Claire.
What are you doing? You want to go out? You ready to go out? Yeah. You've been in here all morning. I don't know what happened that you wanted to come in here today. Go explore. I think we have to use the book to get out of there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get another cup of coffee, actually. There's extra coffee this morning because Chris made some for her sister, so I've got like a whole, they left and I have like a whole French press full of coffee, so I may go get some here in a second. I'll have a third cup today. And I've got some hard-boiled eggs waiting for me in the kitchen. Nom on.
In the days of King Sagramore, there lived Bors, a wandering minstrel whose songs were famed for their beauty and sorrow. Among his melodies was one that bore the weight of his heart. The ballad of a lady named Claire. Claire, a noblewoman of unmatched grace, had been betrayed by her jealous sister.
You could also get a controller for it,
rival
Jay.
lord for
Then you
power,
can do both.
locked in a distant tower. Her pleas for rescue went unheard. But Bors, who had once sung for her in her father's court and fallen deeply in love, learned of her plight and vowed to save her. He journeyed to the castle where she was held and sang beneath its mist-shrouded walls each night, hoping she might hear him. At last, a faint voice joined his song. Claire, her spirit unbroken despite her captivity, determined, Bors devised a daring plan. Each evening he sang in the castle hall, lulling the court into an enchanted trance. When the moment was right, he slipped away to free Claire. Together they fled through shadowed halls, hearts pounding with hope. But as they reached the forest edge, disaster struck. The alarm was raised, and the guards gave chase. Armed only with his lute, Bors faced the guards to protect Claire. In the struggle, he was struck down, his body falling beside his broken lute. Claire was dragged back to the castle, her heart forever bound to the minstrel who had died for her.
Yeah, so my Xbox Series X controller I use on the PC via Bluetooth. You can also get a dedicated PC controller if you want, but I just switch between. It's a pretty seamless. They've got a button on the back that you can press that switches between the Xbox and the PC via Bluetooth. So a couple press to go over, one long press to come back. It's very seamless. I've actually got, this is my second Xbox controller because I wore out the first one. And then I have a third one in a box just in case this one dies on me. But I'm a big fan of these. These controllers are super comfortable for me. Like I don't get thumb fatigue or finger fatigue using these controllers. I can play 12, 14 hours a day on these Xbox Series X controllers. I'm assuming it's the same controller for the Series S. But anyway, the Xbox controller works for me. Deadfish says I use my Xbox controller for the Xbox, PC, Rogue Ally, and even my phone at times. Yeah, they're super versatile and they're super comfortable. They're not cheap there. I mean, I think they're like 60, 70 bucks, but I think they're worth it. I'm not a big fan of like off-brand shit because it hardly ever works and you have driver issues and oh no, I almost fell off because I wasn't paying attention. But I think about the only thing I use a mouse and keyboard for anymore is games that really force me to, or like in Dune Awakening, I use the mouse and keyboard for fine-tuning the placement of objects in decoration mode because they don't have a snapping tool yet. Hashtag yet.
It was the height of summer when young Bors first laid eyes on the maiden of his heart, working in the fields, his skin bronzed by the sun. He paused as the sound of hooves drew near.
Hooves!
A lone maiden approached, her hair shimmering like spun gold, her cheeks rosy and her waist snugly drawn into a spring green corset. While the other peasants bowed their heads, Bors stared unabashedly. Sensing his gaze, the maiden turned sharply, startling her steed. The horse reared, and she tumbled from the saddle, straight into Bors's waiting arms.
Oh, straight
Their
into his
eyes met,
arms.
and in that instant, the maiden felt herself lost. A warmth bloomed upon her cheeks. But a deep foreboding stirred in her stomach, for she knew there would never be another man who could claim her heart so completely. From that day forward, she rode past the fields daily, offering Bors water and sharing quiet moments beneath the shade of a willow tree. Days
Oh, that
stretched
sucks,
into nights,
Arnanthia.
and the two surrendered to love. But one day, as the maiden passed the field,
Yeah, it definitely
her
needs to
beloved
have other
Bors was
save
nowhere
files.
to be found. She waited beneath the willow until darkness fell and reluctantly returned to the castle. The next day, and the one after that, she returned. But Bors never did. Summer turned to autumn, and the maiden ceased her rites. She withdrew into the shadowed stillness of her tower, her heart heavy with unending sorrow. Unbeknownst to her, Bors's bones lay bleached and brittle beneath the sun, hidden in the very field where their love had bloomed. For in Sagramor's kingdom, no crime was graver nor punishment swifter than love.
That's interesting. Is a wired connection better? I mean, generally speaking, if you're worried about millisecond reaction times, then yes, the wired controller is going to be better because Bluetooth, you're sending it over. But I play a shitload of games, and I never have problems with a Bluetooth connection. So, I think if you're talking milliseconds, yes, the wired connection can be better. But I honestly it's never been something that bothers me. I used to have a wired Xbox, whatever was the previous generation of console, Xbox One? I don't remember what it's called, but my Lucas killed it, so I just use my wireless ones now. Don't have any issues.
I was writing something important.
You were writing love letters to Bors.
Yes, Bors, my former lover. I have fond memories of him.
You seemed madly in love with him.
Really? Perhaps that was true once. I longed for my own Sagramor. I craved love, true love. A beloved, not a dog. My dearest Bors, I'm sorry.
Tell me where I just went.
Here, you've read these notes on the stacks of paper. My handwriting. I must have written them, yes. Strange. No, I'm sorry. My sister. I have two sisters. One older and another the eldest. She's the caregiver. She nurtures. She helps. She tries. I was writing. Enough.
I should speak with the custodian. Back to those horrible single-digit frames. Ah, so bad.
Hello again, my lord. Are you ready for your audience with the king and queen?
Not until I get some coffee. I'll be right back. I don't think it's common knowledge, Sherrard, but yeah, the actress who played Dedra in Andor also voiced Yennefer in The Witcher 3. But I don't think that's common knowledge, though. I certainly didn't know it, and I've played The Witcher 3 multiple times. And I was watching her do press for Andor season 2, and I went, and she was talking about doing. She's like, she's had people like come up to her like grocery. She's like, "Wait, aren't you Yennefer?" And she looks so completely different to Yennefer, right? And I've romanced Yennefer every time I've ever played the game. I never would have known that she was the character, that Dedra was the voice actress behind Yennefer. I never would have known had I not seen her talking about it in an interview. So I don't think it's common knowledge, no.
As you wish. Here is the most
Oh, Yen
precious
over Triss
of
every
all
fucking
keys.
time.
It will
Yeah,
open
buddy.
the doors leading to the throne room.
Dark-haired gothic
Oh,
queen.
And you might have an occasion to see the royal chapel. Please, don't forget us. Damned for all eternity.
Triss is just so... Ugh.
That's all I could do for you, kind lady. Good luck.
He said something about a chapel key, which I know I can use up top. I didn't play the first two Witcher games. The Witcher 3 was my first one, and it was fucking amazing. I went back and watched like story recaps on YouTube. Chapel keys. Where the hell was the chapel entrance? I thought it was up here. Yeah, Witcher 3 I've done twice all the way through. And the second playthrough I did all the DLC. And Blood and Wine is, to this day, one of my favorite DLCs of all time. Like, the Blood and Wine expansion, especially because I did the good ending. So, the way Geralt and Ciri end up, and I'm not spoiling anything, it's just vampires and vineyards, and yeah, man. Witcher 3 is a really good game. You bought the whole pack? Oh yeah, that's like 150 hours easy. Transcend. Have fun. It's an amazing experience. And if you enjoy it, you're gonna want to play it through more than once because you'll get different outcomes. Different outcomes to quests. You can play good Geralt, bad Geralt. It's making me want to go. I should go watch some videos of Yennefer and see if I can't hear Dedra in her voice now. But she did such a completely different voice, like for Dedra, that I couldn't, you know. I do love the press for season 2 of Andor where she's talking about her mom has always told her she needs to smile more because she has resting bitch face. She literally talks about it in her interviews. She's like, I have resting bitch face. And my mom is always telling me to smile more. But apparently my resting bitch face worked for me because I got the role of Dedra, which has been like the biggest role of my career. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I own the PS4 collection of Witcher 3, but then when it came out and they did the enhanced edition, I bought it for the Series X as well because it's like I want to own it on both platforms.
Era of change. You have been noticed. I was chosen to extend you an invitation to speak. But first, you must let me show you something beautiful. The mycelium.
Pass.
Do you agree?
Nope.
Very well. I won't trouble you any further.
I don't want to see your mushrooms. I've seen too many. I've played The Last of Us, bro. Yay for single-digit frames. And eye pressure and headaches. I may have to talk to that person because I don't see anything in here. Bloody handprints everywhere. Am I out of food? Oh, I have no items. That's fucked up, bro. That's not good. And I don't have a campfire to cook at. This place has drained me of all of my... Hang on. No, I have... Hold that thought. I do have food items, but it's not anything I put in the autofill slot. Got my mom's apple pie. Yes, this is for the main quest, Hendrik. I lockpicked 50 locks. Oh shit. Oh no! No, I wasn't ready for that. And Queen Sagramore, and I don't have my bow equipped. No! There we go. You missed my shot, bitch. I'm out of food. Oh no, shit. I am out of all my foodstuffs. Fucking, I went to the wrong menu. I am out of all food items. How did I suddenly run out of everything? Alright, let's look at the small things I have first. Come here, bitch. Did she just deflect my arrow? She totally deflected my arrow. Okay, that's not cool, man. Okay, I'm like wasting all of my arrows then. I have to wait until she's like not... Cast, bitch. That right there is she's like blocking. Oh, I'm on the fire arrows now because I'm out of my normal arrows. Not good!
How could you wound your queen so cruelly? Why did you refuse to simply bow? You could have served me for eternity. Wouldn't that have been beautiful?
Bitch, shut up. Why can't I loot your sword? Spectral sword. Yeah! Can I not loot your corpse? The queen is dead. I need to get back to town and make food. I'm out of arrows and I'm out of food. Oh. Here's her actual corpse. Take all. Look at the flickering. This reminds me of Stalker 2. This is what was happening in Stalker 2 as well. If you guys remember at the launch of Stalker 2, they were having major issues with textures and lighting, which was causing frame drops. So yeah, this castle has something wonky within it.
Gone. Is she? Gone from one eternity straight
No, you
into
can't do a
another.
bonfire here. Yeah.
Oh, how I wish we'd had one more day. A proper one. Marked by the sun setting on
Yeah,
us
their
forever.
patch last night broke some stuff.
Once.
Ectoplasm.
I dreaded it.
We've seen people
The
in chat all
relentless
morning today
passage of time.
across PC,
And
PS5, and
all
Xbox
that's
Series
left
X
is tomorrow.
having
And
issues.
tomorrow.
I've
and
been
tomorrow.
playing it. We're
And
30
all
hours
our
in.
yesterdays
I have had
of lighted
flawless
fools,
performance on the Xbox
away
Series X
to
playing in
dusty
4K
death.
resolution since the game launched. Flawless performance. Last night's patch, at least in this castle, we've been having single-digit frames. There's been some major frame issues this morning, for sure. At least in the castle. I need to get out into the game world and see what the performance is like in the rest of the world, but this castle has been really bad, but it also has some unique VFX with like the ghosts and stuff.
Now it all ends. The lofty
Yeah, if you're not a
dreams,
content creator, you don't
endless
need to be worrying
torment,
about playing this game.
and the fruits
Day
of
one.
our vanity. What we leave
Just wait
behind
until they've
is a
done 10 or 12
monument to our
patches.
own foolishness.
But again,
There
it was
will be
running
no
flawlessly
legends
up until
told of
today.
this place,
So
for it is
something
a
happened
tale
last night.
told by an idiot,
They added
full
frame
of
rate modes
sound
last
and
night.
fury,
So
signifying nothing.
you can change.
And
So
this-
something they did when they added the
this
frame
is
rate
for
modes
you.
definitely
The reason
worked a
for
few
your
things.
visit to this cursed court. You may leave now. Your audience is over.
It's a new studio. They'll figure it out over time. Alright, I have both tablets. Let's get the fuck out of here and see what performance is like in the rest of the world now, because I'm hoping it's just related to this castle. And we can get back to the real world and have things not be janky. Hang on, why is it pointing me down again? Out of sheer curiosity, did just the POI not update? I don't want to miss something by accident. If there's like a portal that'll take me out of here. I think that's just a POI. busted POI marker. Yeah, it'll all work out in the end. That's why I'm not off on Reddit making an angry post about how these developers need to be shut down because they don't know how to patch a game. It's a broken hot mess. Fuck this game. I gotta figure out how to get the fuck out of here, though. This was where the mushroom dude was. I do gotta try to figure out how to get out of here. This is when I wish for a clairvoyant spell like in my Obsidian remastered. I think it was this way to get out of here. This game is trying so hard to be Skyrim. Is that just for PC, Dribrum? I don't know that they've ever done an Xbox version. Holy fuck, it led me back up. Fuck you. Come on, guys. That POI is broken. So I was like following the POI marker and it led me to an elevator which led me back up top again. That's bullshit. Fuck, I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Let me try a different quest. Maybe it'll have a different POI marker. I wasn't paying attention. It like literally led me back to the fucking chamber. Okay. So the POIs are broken in here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get out on my end. Okay, let's figure out how to get out of here on our own. That was where the mushroom guy was, so we need to go out this way. Yeah, exactly. That's how you know it's when I start to get frustrated and grumpy is when you know things are bad. Because I don't get grumpy or frustrated very often. But yeah, like freaking fix it. I just want out of this fucking castle, man. Honestly, it wouldn't be so bad, but the frame rates in here are killing my eyes. So I'm just like, just get me out of the castle, please. I just want to go back to the mainland. Alright, this is the kitchen. Yeah, we gotta go this way. Yeah, Avowed is a great game. Anybody who says otherwise is just an angry troll. Okay, I think there should be, yeah, we want to go straight this way. This is the way out. Unless the doors don't work anymore. Yeah, there we go. This leads me to the this leads me to the bridge, and then I gotta go up and to the left because I came in up there is where I came in. So, all right. Yeah, now the POI is working. I still have no map though, and I still can't do my bonfire. The internet would break if it didn't have negative entitlement energy going. Yeah, I think the biggest offenders are the people who will call a game trash because they don't like something about it. Those are the people I immediately mute and remove from my channels because I don't want them here. That's not how the world works. You don't get to call something trash just because you didn't like something about it. Fuck off. Like literally that's an invalid opinion. Invalid. And I will not tolerate it. Who are you?
Ah, you're not one of the rats scurrying about this place. Truth be told, but in the
Who are you?
name later. Waiting for
Oh, he's got goodies. Nothing that I want necessarily, but I am going to sell some stuff here. How long did I stream before I went full-time? I went full-time from day one. But my journey to being full-time is different than a lot of other people's. But the day I got monetized on YouTube, I went full-time. And I was just running... My YouTube channel was something I did in the background while I was working contracts and other stuff. And doing game dev and everything else. But the moment... the timing just worked out. I got monetized in February... What year was it? 2022? Yeah. February of 2022 was when I got monetized. And we moved to the homestead in March of that year. So we moved. I got monetized, and then a month later we moved to the homestead, and I just went full time. I didn't want to go back to doing what I was doing before. Like I'd been doing contracts and freelance for like 20 some years, and all the game dev and everything else, and I just said, nope, I don't want to. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm gonna go full time on YouTube, and I had enough money in the savings to float for at least 3 years, and within a year and a half, I was making enough money to pay the bills. But I did spend money out of my savings for the first year and a half because I didn't make that much money my first year of streaming and content creation. But I went full time as soon as my channel got monetized. I went full time, and it took me. I went full time in March of 2022, and June of 2023 was when I finally made more money on YouTube than our bills required. So that was like a year and a half. So